Hello everyone, Dynamic Duo over here, and welcome to another review. And today I shall be reviewing 10 Cloverfield Lane, the blood relative to Cloverfield, the 2008 found footage movie. So yes, when this movie's trailer hit, no one was expecting it. Everyone was like, wait a second, a Cloverfield sequel. But this is not a Cloverfield sequel. This has nothing to do with the first movie. It's like it's set in its own universe. The only thing they have in common is the title Cloverfield. So yes, as I got that away, there won't be any giant monsters attacking the countryside. No. And in this review, there shall be spoilers for the movie. If you haven't seen that movie, go and see the movie, then come back to this review, okay? So, okay. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's begin the review. Okay, so we begin with the main character, Michelle. She's leaving her, I think, husband because there was a ring, because of some fight they had. So she drives away, and in the middle of the night in the countryside, her car gets hit by another car, and she wakes up in this room where she's handcuffed to a pipe. And she tries to escape by lighting the place on fire with some matches and a tea tower. But that doesn't work. The guy that is holding her tells her that she can go anywhere in the place and that he saved her life and that there was some sort of attack and everyone she knows is dead. So the person that is keeping Michelle, his name is Howard. Howard says that he saved her life, and there was some sort of attack, that air is poisonous to anyone that breathes it, and that he will make sure they survive. Michelle is allowed to leave the room when she runs into this other person in the bunker. Emmett. His name is Emmett, and he barely made it inside before Howard closed the door. He also broke his arm getting inside. So, I don't know, but I really enjoyed Emmett. He was just a nice character that you cannot hate, that you can just only like. I very enjoyed his character. So later that night, Michelle hears a car passing over them. And that means that there are other people and that Howard is lying. So after Howard shows her around, they have dinner. And Michelle uses a glass bottle to hit Howard over the head and takes the keys. Run up to the entrance and closes the door because it's like an air chamber. There's 2 doors. And Michelle is about to get out when she sees a car. And the person gets out of the car and half of her face is like burnt and there's blood coming out of her eyes. And she begs to be let in. She hits her head against the glass, then dies. Michelle believes Howard and goes back into the bunker. So yes, the 3 get to know each other. We find out Emmett had a chance to go to a college because he was on the track and field team, but never decided to go because he was so scared he just couldn't go. And Howard had a daughter named Megan that left after his ex-wife took her. And Michelle, we also find out that she doesn't like being in the middle of a fight. She always was a bystander when there was fighting between 2 people. So, after a montage of them playing games, watching movies, making lunch and dinner for themselves, and cleaning the bunker, they begin to hear like what seems to be a helicopter sound flying over them. And Howard says that's the people who launched the attack on them. And that they're now doing phase 2 of their plan by eradicating all resistance. But then the machine that allows them to breathe fresh air starts to break down, and so they go and check, but the entrance to this room is jammed because you have to pull down a ladder from the roof. So they have to send one person to the vents to get to that room, and because Michelle is the smallest, she goes first and she reactivates the machine. She also finds an airing from a photo of Megan that Howard showed her when she first came. Then she noticed another way out through a ladder. She climbs up and she notices scratches in the glass saying, "Help me." When she gets back, she tells Emmett about this, shows him the picture of Megan, and it's the same earring. But then Emmett says, "That's not Megan, that's Brittany, a girl that he used to go to high school with, that disappeared 2 years ago." And then another photo falls out showing her and Howard, and the t-shirt that Michelle is wearing right now. So that means that t-shirt used to belong to Brittany. And they come up with a plan to escape. Michelle wanted to be a fashion designer, so she knows how to create stuff. So they plan on to create a hazmat suit for one of them to escape, while the other one knocks out Howard and ties him up, of course. But sadly, Howard noticed that they are making something after discovering scissors, after spraying some acid in a barrel in front of them and saying that he would dump one of them in this that would melt their skin if one of them doesn't tell him what they're doing. Emmett takes the blame and says that he was creating a weapon to get respect from Michelle like she respects Howard. And he says he's sorry. Howard accepts his apologies and then shoots him. I was shocked when I saw that. Like, I did not see that coming. And I really liked Emmett, and I was sad to see him die. Like, it was so sad. It was so sudden. And I didn't see that coming. So now it's just Howard and Michelle. And then decides to finish the hazmat suit to escape from Howard. But then Howard finds out about the hazmat suit after he finds it under the bed. And he starts to get angry, saying, "This is how you repay me?" And then Michelle runs into the bathroom and sees Emmett's body being melted by the acid. And then Howard comes in and Michelle throws the barrel onto the floor, which causes Howard to fall onto the acid, burning his face. Michelle runs away to get the hazmat suit. But then Howard, now half of his face is being melted, comes to chase her. But then Michelle knocks over like a bunch of shelves with a bunch of food and knocks out Howard for a few seconds. And then she gets into the vents and trying to escape. Then Howard grabs a knife and starts to hit the vents anyway, trying to get Michelle. Michelle gets away, but the acid has now fried a cord that was connected to an outlet, and a fire starts to begin. Michelle gets to the room and breaks the lock and gets out. And right before the entire bunker explodes. So yeah, Howard's dead now. So Michelle runs to his truck and tries to find some keys that hopefully he left in the car, but then sees an object, and it turns out it's a UFO, and it was attracted to when the bunker exploded, and then this worm-like creature attacks Michelle. She runs into a shed where she finds that dead woman's body. She takes the keys in case she can outrun this creature, then sees lights in Howard's home, runs to there trying to get help, but then it turns out it's a UFO. The creature runs away, and Michelle gets into Howard's truck, but then the UFO starts to lift Howard's truck, and it reveals it has a mouth. So it's kind of like a animus machine hybrid. And Michelle grabs a bottle of wine, has some matches, a tea towel, and lights it on fire, throws it into the mouth, killing the creature. She heads to the woman's car, she takes it, she leaves Howard's farm, and she hits his mailbox, saying 10 Cloverfield Lane, and she hears on the radio that the human race is winning, and she's done running from fighting. She heads to the closest town, and in the sky we see more alien ships. So what do I think of 10 Cloverfield Lane? I thought it was very good. It had me on my edge of my seat, and I thought it was well entertaining. I thought all the cast members were amazing. I thought it was well acted, well directed, but that ending with the aliens, it felt like it came out of nowhere. If you replace that with like human soldiers, then that could have worked. But aliens, it just felt like a twist ending that M. Night Shyamalan would do. So besides that, I thought it was a good movie, and I give this movie a 3 out of 5. I'm the Dynamic Dilver. Until next time.